Real Pictures presents Legends of Nollwood. The real beauties of our time. The stars of all ages. Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of Africans' best.
You know, the most difficult thing for anybody to do to himself is tell himself lies. It is Legends of Nollwood. My name is Paulo Basile. I have not changed. I won't change. I'm still standing by. I'm still standing there. But I know you're wondering why I said, why should man lie to himself? It beats your imagination, right? I'll tell you. But I won't be the one telling you. Somebody made it possible for us to get that phrase. But before I show you the person, let me go to the market.
What have I done?
Fatima, I am sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't intend to take advantage of you. I swear. I was drunk. Please, forgive me.
I have ruined my life.
Please, don't tell anybody about this. God, how will I face Eze tomorrow?
If Eze gets to find out about this, we are in trouble. Okay, so let's just get dressed and promise not to tell anyone.
Promise.
Promise.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's mine.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of Africans' best.
Welcome back. It's Legends of Nollwood, the most authentic Nollywood talk show, where you see the true legends. If you're not 10 years and above in Nollywood, you cannot be on this program. These are people who have weathered the storms. These are people who have been able to portray the country in a great perspective. A phenomenon that people cannot stand. They don't understand it. But these men are great. These men and women, let me not use men, are great Nigerians. One of them, you know. You don't know his name, but you know his business name. You call him Contact. I will say no. His name is Cosmas Ndule. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Paul.
People started wondering for a very long time, how come this man that has done so much stands like a giant in the Nigerian film industry has not come to Legends of Nollwood? We did reply them to say that because almost every other month you're on location, almost every other month you're in a script conference, almost every other month you are faced with marketing one product or the other in Nollywood. That is why we've not brought you in here. And I hope you tell them that that is the fact.
Statement of the facts, yeah.
Okay. Now, amazingly, it will shock you that this man is a lawyer. He has been able to fight on our side against pirates. He's been able to make things work for us, interpreting the laws of our lands as it pertains to piracy, and has been able to hold his own ground and our own ground. But amazingly, we are going to move into one walk that blew my mind. Lies from the heart. Am I right?
Right.
Now, I want to find out why lies from the heart? Why did you do that story?
And Lies from the Heart, where Desmond Elliot, has everything that goes for a man, but it's all fake. Okay? In order to get a wife called Blessing. Edward. And at the end of the day, he succeeded in achieving that desire. But as days goes by, the truth surfaces. But whatever that is hidden, someday, sometime, must come up on air. And that's what happened to Desmond in that movie. End of the day, the truth was able to surface against the lies and or whatnot.
It just goes to say that to show that no matter how you try to want to cover whatever story you have told, which is not true, will always leak and you'll be messed up. Now, in the course of the character Desmond played, in the course of telling his story, did he have to tell different lies to cover the first lie he told?
You see, one thing for sure, when you are lying, you must tell the first lies to cover up the second one.
Okay. And
so be it. By the end of the day, you find out that an intelligent person cannot be able to, fix up the whole thing. It must disjoint.
Yeah.
And the moment of its disjointment is where you have the
truth's coming up.
The truth comes up.
Yeah.
Now, in our colloquial language, we say "kata kata don't bust."
So how did Blessing find her footings in the marriage?
The marriage eventually, when the truth came up, the marriage never held, because anything that was built on lies, cannot stand the test of the day. The marriage was contracted on
falsehood, yeah.
On falsehood. And by the time the truth came up, Desmond cannot hold it again. Kata kata busted. Even to eat becomes a problem.
Was she pregnant or has she had a baby for him?
Definitely. I mean, she has. The marriage has been consummated. The marriage has been consummated, and things that went along with the consummation of marriage went into play. And at the end of the day, the bottom line is saving the head of the woman. Okay? Saving the head of the woman. The attendant consequences. The things that follow the marriage, but saving the head that matters most now.
Yeah, my name is Zeke Zulu, cover writer, producer. I'm hanging out with Paulo Basile in Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of African's best.
The artist you've called Desmond now, for example. And I also know, I think I saw somebody like Kepi Ekpeyong.
KP, the old hands, Kepi Ekpeyong was there. And Buki Ajayi. Okay. Buki Ajayi, Emmanuel Ogugwa, was the anchor person in terms of the directing. Okay. In those days. But the film was it's quite an old film. It's about 10 years old.
That's the kind of films, the kind of movies we actually extray, because we want to see those potentials we had and we still have that made us think as a movie or a film industry, as it were. What were those hitches you encountered?
It's the hitches, I must say, is man-made hitches. I mean, it's a normal hitches you encounter in the course of production. And when we started, it was all going, going well. But when, because of inadequacies in our contracts with artists, you find out whereby an artist would at the same time, trying to shuttle here and there. At the end of the day, one of the set must suffer. Yeah. Okay, but using ADR, there's an alternative dispute resolution. We were able to get going, and still, come up on time to finish the shoots. And thank God today the film was a success in its own time.
I will come to that success, but I want to clear something. In the course of your shoot, you said an artist being on 2 sets same time. How were you able to decharacterize a particular artist that was on a particular set and brings in a character that is not supposed to be, because he's running a different character there on a different set, and coming to this set? How were you able to get the person out of that set character he was?
The thing is, in order not to destroy the movie, you allow the person, to complete the shoot. Then you take all other characters, all other characters that has nothing to do with that particular the particular artist, and go on with their job. Okay, I mean, this thing happens. It doesn't. It's not a frequent occurrence. Okay. Once in a while, when you have that kind of conflict, it depends on how you manage it. And I said, on my own part, I employ the alternative dispute resolution to be able to handle it, and the 2 sets are dear to me. Okay. Again, well, one thing or the other, that no movie shot in Nigeria that's one way or the other
will not go through.
Will not go through one way or the other. Either on the production of the CDs and the VCDs, or the marketing aspect, or even advisory role. I mean, so many. It's all encompassing.
I know you're wondering what he said, that no matter what, the movies will go through him. Yes, Contact is a big name, a very big name in the Nigerian film industry, a big player and a great stake. He's been in this industry for well over 20 years, and is still wasking stronger and stronger. These are people who have invested all they have in movie. They don't know how to do any other trade but movie. Called a replicating plant, he has it. Marketing, he has it. A studio, he has the capacity and the ability to churn out movies when he deems fit. Okay, sir. You said there was a clause you used that the movie was a success story. Now, let us into how much this movie cost you. Reliable source told me, as at the time you shot, that you spent about 6.5 million. That's about 10 years ago.
What then? We try as much as possible to resolve a story. Okay. And resolving a story, you find out that the film, goes into 2 hours. Okay. Yeah. 2 hours, 3 hours to get the story resolved. Quite unlike what we have now, because the handwork of what would I call it, the Paris and all other vices affecting the industry today. You find out that most movies tends to elongate unnecessarily, instead of making it, a tight one part. They want to elongate the reason to be able to recoup as much as possible, because they know very well that they are fighting, 2 markets, legal and illegal markets. So that's but in this one, realistically, when we shot the film, it was so tight, and we were able to spend, about 6 million naira, to do the movie, and 6 million naira is just having a master. Then you now goes to all other
sundries,
having to do with the designing, the jacket. Just call it art of production activities. Okay. Pending when it comes into the market, and then VHS was a kind of being in the system.
Yeah.
Okay? But today, today,
DVD.
it's DVD and VCD.
Yeah.
Legends of Nollwood. A celebration of Africans' best.
We were able to, and we thank God. That's why we are still there, even without any assistance.
Okay, Cosmos, I don't like this guy TV. We thank God. Because they told me that in 1 month, you were able to make 100% profit.
How reliable is that reliable source? No.
Reliable source. Well, Legends of Nollwood makes it its duty to find out facts about jobs, about films that really touched the hearts of Nigerians. And this is one film that really topped the chart for a very long time.
No, Paul, in all sincerity, it's not even a big deal for somebody to recoup. To recoup 100% of his investment in a movie in Nigeria.
They're not investment, 100% profit.
The investment.
That is outside. Outside the investment. Okay, I'm talking profit on it.
You recoup you made the profit and
made 100% gain.
No, I don't know how reliable is the information, but whatever is the situation, there is no film in Nigeria. There's no film in Nigeria that has made a mark of about, population of this country, right from our inception.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
And when we talk about, you find out that these days, when people sells 0.1%,
they rejoice.
They start rejoicing. And 0.1% is about 1 million of our population. Okay? And that 1 million of our population, see the person feeling as if he's on top of the world. Something is wrong somewhere. Okay? But this is an investment. Entertainment industry is an investment you go into blind, the way you have blind trust. You go into blind investment. At the end of the day, you have your masters. You don't know what will come out of it. The only thing you know that you're having a master. By the time you translate this master, okay, he can go all the way and plug in the money. Okay. There was a time I was reading about Hollywood. A film shot in Hollywood with a lesser budget ended making a whole lot of money. Okay, the film was shot on the sea. On the sea, what's the name of the film? Was shot on the. It's a film that was shot on the boat. Okay.
Is it Titanic?
Titanic was a low budget film, but at the end of the day, that film captured about 2% of the world population in terms of the marketability. That is where you say you have made a success in a movie. Okay? But I'm glad today that Nollywood, the way it is, the founders, people like you, me, and all other people. Because I know when you started, Paul, I never knew you of working after your school. I knew the first work I knew.
Jeez.
I'm really sorry about this. I guess everybody's under so much pressure.
Yeah. It's like,
Let me get you on the
no. Don't bother. I know my way around the house, okay? I'll just go change, okay?
I'm sorry, because
That's no problem.
I don't love you.
Fatima, can you say that? I mean, you're breaking my heart, Fatima. Fatima, I love you, and I know you love me too, no? Fatima, listen. We can't hide our love from the world again. Come on, I promise to be the best husband any woman can ever want. cannot come and... Yeah, I'm over here.
Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of Africans' best.
Whether you like it or not, there are a group of people, a group of Nigerians who actually follow your works. And they've done lots of mails concerning you. And I would need you to say something to them because they believe so much in your works. What would you say to those Nigerians?
No, I mean, the best has not come. As far as I'm concerned, the best has not come. I will only tell them to show, hope for the best, and help us to fight piracy. They should try as much as possible, because the piracy is coming into different dimension. Is a cankerworm, as far as I'm concerned, to Nollywood. We are above from the one they sell in open market. They've gone even, putting it in the microchips, putting our films in the microchips, putting our music in the microchips. They can play as much as 1,000 musics at a go. Okay, and so many, even selling to the DSTV and other networks, without adequate authorities for them to do that. So it's going into, but what I'm telling my fans and my followers is that they should show the best is coming, and we're not losing hope. We must continue to maintain the standard, and we must continue to maintain the number one slots. We will definitely get there, okay? Because when we talk about, if I use this about 3 billion, 1 billion naira to do a movie, to me is $1 billion. I don't know. I don't believe in all that thing. But the most important thing is that the fans will get the value for their money.
Hi, my name is Obole, Nollywood sweetheart. You're watching Legends of Nollwood. Don't touch that dial.
Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of Africans' best.
Yes, the fans will get the value for their money. I know we have a big problem, the problem of piracy. I have been a fighter of piracy, not taking sides with NCC. I am still not taking sides with NCC, but that is not to say I will now throw away the little work NCC is doing away. The truth is, that's just the truth. There's nothing the DG or any other person can do. I know they are not up, they don't give them up to 30 or 40 million to run that agency, which is not good enough. Because it is true there, they fight book pirates, musical pirates, and film pirates. What is their staff strength? Even
the latest microchips
pirates. They are underfunded. They are heavily underfunded. Legends of Nollwood and the teaming fans of Nollywood industry, as it were, they are making a passionate appeal to Mr. President and the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to please fund NCC. There are people who are in there who have a good heart to work. But again, you create a monster out of them if you underfund them, because the pirates will get to them and the pirates will fund them. So because you do not want to create a monster, please fund NCC. Let them save this industry that God has given to us.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood. Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood. Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood. Legends of Nollwood.
Legends of Nollwood.
Watch Legends of Nollwood and celebrate the pioneers of this great industry that has brought so much joy and so much happiness to the lives of many millions of people in Nigeria.
Legends of Nollwood, a celebration of Africans' best.